Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So I'm a little bit under the gun today. A little bit under pressure. I'm recording this on Thursday the 13th. Whoa, just dodged a bullet there. Wouldn't it be weird, right, if the apocalypse happens on Friday the 14th? They were all going like, I guess we're wrong about Friday the 13th. It wasn't 4. It must have been a typo. What can you say? I'm recording this on Thursday the 13th, and I'm a little bit under the gun. It's the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, of Sukkot, or booths, depending how you want to say it. So normally it literally kind of takes a week off. You kind of like half days. Where you take the week off this week. It's a national holiday, and you go out when your kids are younger. You go to different things. Like there's like a kite flying festival. I mean, I don't think I can say the defamatory word for Jew that sounds like kite on YouTube, right? I don't think I can say that. But, you know, the K-word kite festival would... I don't know. I think they missed a trick not going for that. But, you know, there's all kind of things. We had lots of fun when the kids were little. Now they're all grown up and doing stuff. We don't go out that much. But today I am going to... we are going over to my... You go to other people's sukkah during the week. You live in this little booth outside your house. It's all weird, okay? If everything I say about my Jewish life sounds weird, you're right. It is. It's all weird, right? It's all weird. What's normal about this? Nothing. But anyway, I'm going to my sister's house for like a late lunch in the sukkah. You have to eat in the sukkah if you have bread. So I'm about under the gun. I'm leaving in about an hour and 20 minutes. I want to film this video. I've got a live stream tonight. It means I've got to get all these tweets. I've got to get lined up for that. I would love to do a thumbnail for this video because it's going to be quite easy to do, right? And I want to see if I can get all that done in an hour. And film this video, obviously. So I want to see if I can get all this done in under an hour and 20 minutes. I guess we'll find out, right? I guess we'll find out. Who knows or dares to dream. Before we get to it, like, share, subscribe, and comment. All those things are. Oh, you bet it, baby. Fantastic. Fan-dabby double dozy. Thank you very much. And you know, it's a form thank you I give you every day. And it's, you know... okay, this is a little bit of an aside, as does happen on this channel. There's a discussion in the Talmud, a huge codification of Jewish law about what is the central ritual of Judaism, right? So one person says this big holiday ritual, on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. The other one says this other big holiday ritual we do on the Jewish New Year, and the third person says it was for this ritual that we did very, very daily, right? Several times a day. Actually. Was it several times a day? I think daily, right? And it was a kind of a very ordinary one. It was a very weekday one, right? And so they were like, what's up with that, mate? Like, it doesn't sound that way. Here's the thing. You've got to make the ordinary genuine, right? You've got to... Look, I go to synagogue. I have prayer services 3 times a day. Same prayers. They don't freaking change, right? And for me, look, most people just mumble them quietly themselves, right? I actually, when I'm in the zone, which is not all the time, I'll admit, I do a bit the mindless mumbling myself, but I aim not to, right? And so I say these words. It's got to be meaningful every time, right? It's because you're talking to God. So in the same way, when I say like, share, subscribe, right? And thank you for subscribing. I'm very genuine about it. If I stopped and thought about it for a second, I'm very, very genuine about it. You know, we say blessings before food, and nobody ever thinks about it. It's again, this last aside. Nobody ever thinks about it. You have an apple, you go, people don't think about it. If you ever stop and you think, what it took for that apple to get there. Take 5 seconds, like literally 5 seconds, and think about what happened to get this in your hand and what had to happen in the past to get an apple, right? And then like how this, what the root was. Blessings just become spontaneous at that point, right? But you got to make it real, right? You've got to make it real, which I think can be said. Chibnall didn't really do that about making Doctor Who, right? I don't think there was ever any what's the word? Authenticity. Right? I don't know that you can ever accuse this year of Doctor Who of having I mean, look, none of them do, but most of them don't like outwardly hate you if you're not in the little in clique, which I just hate so much, right? Oh God, I hate it so much. So Chris Chibnall, he made Doctor Who, right? I did like, share, subscribe, right? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Oh, last thing, sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. I put a bunch of free stuff on that as well. It's free, baby. It's free. So sign up for that. That'll be fantastic. This month, I'm giving away this graphic novel on my paid Substack. It's $5 for this month. Only $5. Actually, it was a couple of months ago I gave away this one, which is actually a lot bigger. Look at that! You can beat Wells to death with it. I wouldn't recommend that. You know, it's not very ecologically friendly. But so sign up my paid Substack. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Think of it as a way of, throwing a digital copper into the hat. That'd be lovely. And look, on the bright side, $5 with hyperinflation is going to be worth about 20p soon. So it's not a big ask. Fine, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's talk about Doctor Who. Right, so Chris Chibnall made Doctor Who, right? Didn't go very well, right? Did not go very well. It was, how do we describe it? Shit. It really was very, very bad, right? I've been trying to get together, rewatch The Haunting of Villa Dildo, because I can't say Dildiotti, because I don't want to give it that much respect. And I can't do it. I'm still about 25 minutes in. It's just like, oh God, it's so mind-numbing. I want to do that on my Saturday stream because I really want to do a deep dive in this entire. I've gone through most of this era, right, and go just how insanely incompetent it is. I mean, insanely incompetent it is, with just no ideas and no idea what to do, right? Now, I think the situation is very, very similar to the 80s. And man, I got to give props to Michael Grade for really, really calling it. In the season 22 box set, he's interviewed by Matthew Sweet, and he says, the reason for the hyper-violence, which really doesn't work. It stands out like a sore thumb, and it's really like, oh, why the hell are they doing that? Right? And also the hypersexualization. I did a video yesterday about Nicola Bryant being sexually harassed her whole life, right? And she was like, I'm nearly 70, it's still happening. And I guess because you were you were highly sexualized as Perry. They squeezed you into that spandex and squeezed you into my masturbatory fantasies right there, right? I mean, like, there's no escape. I tried to find a way out for you. No, but you exude sexuality now for so many men. And I'm sorry your life's been really, really made a lot harder by that. I think that's not right. Not right in any way, shape, or form. But I think the reason for that was just a lack of ideas, a lack of knowing what to do. So I think just the same as in the current age, the identity politics. Is a way of filling in for knowing what to do. I mean, you really see that in Lord of the Rings, right? The Rings of Power. God, what an embarrassment that is. Anyway, didn't really work out so well. Lost. No, I think 90% of the audience is where we're at right now. Like, it lost an insane amount of the audience. It's ridiculed. It's become, in my day, when Doctor Who was bad in the 80s, it actually took over from Crossroads, which ended like in the early 80s. And Doctor Who became like the poster child for like wonky sets and stuff like, which it never really had, which is a real shame. And its last couple of years, its improvement was breathtaking. I mean, just absolutely breathtaking. But I mean, it became the poster child for like low production values, and like you just laughed at it because it was silly, right? So just the same way, the current era is the poster child for woke programming. What does woke mean? Because the first defense anybody ever has who's a proponent of cancel culture, is a proponent of woke, to say, well, what does that mean? It doesn't really exist. So I have to say the same bloody thing after every time I say it. Woke means the uncomfortable platforming of ideology in an existent successful franchise. That ideology is a mixture of things we all agree with. Women are people too. Yes, we all agree to that. Okay, and yes, we do. Okay, no one's really ever been against it, right? Black people are people too. Yes, we all agree with that, right? Just anybody came out and said, oh, I don't know why we're giving black people full voting rights, and they'd be like, what? I mean, after you get over, the initial offense, you go like, what? Like, just try and think that through. You're like, what? That's insane. So things nobody agrees with that it's a good thing to take 5-year-olds to strip clubs for drag shows, right? No, nobody really agrees with that, right? And so that's what woke means. But yeah, the Chris Chibnall just didn't know what to do, right? Just did not know what to do. He thought plugging in this identity politics would work, and this is what happened when you plugged in identity politics. This is the cover for this month's Doctor Who magazine. Ta-da! I mean, what was Jodie's direction here? Jodie, we want you to go for kind of clueless, useless, and smug all at the same time. Can you do clueless, useless, and smug? Oh, icky thump. That's my resting face. Clueless, useless, and smug. That's what my doctor is. I mean, it's just awful, right? It's just like, I don't get it, okay. And then Mandip, darling, Mandip, I want you to do blank like you don't have a thought in your head. And she went, what's that? Mandip, I want you to look like you can't think of anything. She went, huh? What? Good girl, Mandip. Yeah, I mean, okay. And now, because the show is totally boring and nobody likes it, Mandip, Jodie, could you finger each other for us? It's like, oh, you thought, I guess so. That seems normal for Doctor Who. Hey, let's do a bit of scissoring in the TARDIS. And this is how the production meeting went. So it was a titanic failure, right? A titanic failure. Like, everything's on fire. Ross Lee Davies came back to rescue it, right? The BBC probably begged for him to come back, begged for somebody because they were freaking out, which I've heard from a genuine inside source. The BBC were freaking out at how badly Doctor Who had done. It was, again, just a disaster, right? An absolute disaster. The sort of thing that made Dunkirk look like a sound military strategy, right? It did not go well. How do we know it didn't go well? Well, Exhibit A, right there. So this month this is the last time we're seeing this in Doctor Who magazine. There's this the editorial. They indicate something big is coming for next magazine. I think new logo, shooting in costume. This is all gone. This is all scrubbed away forever, right? We're never seeing this again. The clock is ticking. Whenever it comes out, the new one's gone. Here, I'll show you what this is. So, hang on. No, on November 10th, right? November 10th. Next Doctor Who magazine will usher in the new era. The moment has been prepared for was something so special it's unprecedented in the magazine's history. They're debuting the logo. I think they're debuting the logo. Wouldn't that be awesome? November 10th. Remember the 5th of November. Screw the 5th. Let's go right to the bloody 10th, mate. And Chris Chibnall is indeed a contributor in this issue, which is why we're making this video. Chris Chibnall, despite his remarkable failure, right? And it's a failure that I don't think anybody has ever really seen before. Despite this remarkable failure, takes this month's Doctor Who magazine to bore us, but more importantly, do a victory lap. And I'm not joking! How do you do a victory lap over utter disaster, right? Over utter disaster. Man, if we knew how good Trump was at the time, we should have had a pray for him. Like, really? How do I know Trump was good? Because I live in the world today. And it's not, honestly, I don't need to go, nah, my politics is right and your politics is wrong. No, I just look at the bloody window and, okay. I am a paranoid conspiracy theorist. That's true, right? I cannot deny that. I think we're at the end of days, apocalypse is going. And I say to myself, Tzvi, you're being a paranoid conspiracy theorist, right? You are. You're being a paranoid conspiracy theorist. Then it says, oh, yeah, by the way, Russia's about to use nukes and we're going to have a famine. I'm like, it sounds bad. It sounds, how bad? Still not as bad. As Chris Chibnall's Doctor. Now, we got, about just under 2 weeks till the airing of the fag end of this era. Thank God. Oh, thank God it's going away. I'm still hoping for the apocalypse beforehand so we can avoid it, right? Certainly hoping for the apocalypse before Star Trek Discovery comes back. Oh, man, I'm doing a live stream tonight, and there's a new trailer I'm going to look at. God help me. God help. I don't know if I can do it. Honestly, I've got last week's She-Hulk to watch. Andor, and I think this week's She-Hulk. I can't bring myself. They're too awful, right? They're too boring. So Chris Chibnall bows out. No, you bow when you haven't taken the shit over whatever it is you're doing. This is not like you should be bowing for, mate. Bows out with memories of his favourite Doctor Who members. Well, there's that time when I really screwed up, and then the other time when I really, really screwed up, and there's a time when Matt Stevens screwed up, and then there's a time that I screwed up again. Yeah, it's true. And tributes to a team who brought a remarkable era to life. Now, actually, I haven't read this article yet. I just saw this basically what it's doing. I'm going to make a prediction, right? Every time he writes production notes, which isn't often, it's boring as hell, right? It's so boring. Read a Rusty Davis, and look, Rusty Davis, his new era may suck. It may be woke as hell, right? I'm hoping not, but it might be, right? But at least he can write. At least he can write a production notes thing without me wanting to cut my wrist from boredom. Oh, God, he's so boring. So I'm going to predict this article is going to be full of monotonous, small detail about making television that is not sexy or interesting in any way. Right, that's my prediction. Let's check back at the end of it to see how close I was. There we are. I'm Chris Chibnall, and I've ruined Doctor Who. Everybody says he's a very nice guy, though. I'm just saying, like everybody said he's a very nice guy. He's just not suited for this job whatsoever. Oh, am I still here? I thought I left. If you've never seen Ever Decreasing Circles, a sitcom with Richard Bryars, may I recommend watching it so you can see his best friend, the most boring person in the universe. That is Chris Chibnall! This is Chris Chibnall trying to make a joke. There's a lot of finals in the job. The time when we finally got the lowest ratings. That was a big final. Even after you stopped. What's your new job there, Chris? I haven't got one yet. I know. Why do you think that is? Because I was too stunning and brave. Okay, look, go over to Disney. I'm sure they'll give you something. We finished shooting almost a year ago. Finished the edit 9 months past. What, did you open it up again to put in David Tennant? God, I hope not. Oh, they had the premiere in London off Leicester Square, I think, the other day, and they said they edited out the regeneration from there, which makes me think it's going to be a cliffhanger regeneration. Cliffhanger regeneration, baby. That's what we want. We want a cliffhanger regeneration. We want it not touching David Tennant at all. But maybe. For the end, the final mix was done in June. I've been working on new stuff and had a glorious 2 months off. Really? What you working on, mate? Come on. 2 months? I think it's time to get a new job. He did say, but my job now is going to be helping my kids with my GCSEs, with their GCSEs. And they're like, oh, Dad, please don't. Please, we don't want to fail like you've done in everything you've touched with Doctor Who. 2 months off. All my untaken holidays from the past 5 years crammed into one. Oh, my son's passed the GCSEs. Okay, GCSEs and A levels. You must not help them. My eldest will have started university. Oh, God, this is so boring! My eldest will have started university by the time you read this. He was 4 when we filmed 42. You mean time goes in a linear progression? Who would have thought so? Maybe somebody writes a time traveling show. This shouldn't be a revelation, right? Maybe. I don't know. And he first walked on the TARDIS set. We have measured out his life in doctors. Okay. You got the good one, the other good one, and the shit one. Yet here I am, back for a last hurrah. It's not hurrah. I honestly, the BBC are pissed beyond pissed. So they're like, you are the biggest failure ever. I'll be really intrigued to see if he does get another job with the BBC. The only reason he would do is for the BBC to save face, right? That's really the only reason. Last week, I was in the studio with Jodie and Mandip. They're called the DVD commentary for Power of the Dark Doctor. Don't make me want to buy the DVD, mate, okay? Don't do that to me. I can't. Although I do want to hear that, right? I do want to hear that. I don't want to tell you. Although what I want to hear much more is the WhatsApps that Jodie sent to Shooty to give him advice on pinning Doctor Who. It's got to be the worst advice ever, right? What's the worst advice ever? Let's read that. I guess we'll find it. In a couple of weeks, we'll have a press screening in the cinema. That was 2 days ago, as well as a private screening for our post-production teams who work separately and never meet each other. So post-production supervisor Sarah Stowe. See, we're into boredom already. Post-production supervisor Sarah Stowe and Sarah Stowe is Sarah's name. And I promised we'll get them all into the room. What? So post-production supervisor Kerez or Sarah's Doyle, and am I missing something? No, it's just badly written. Okay, it's just okay. And I promise we'll get them in the room. And then the transmission itself. Surely it's all over. My final Doctor Who duties are over here. I said duty. That was my meeting I put in. That Whittaker or Chibnall aren't that funny. And here's another final set production notes. What should they be? My guess is boring as hell if you'll write them. And the fitness is summing up in the pyramid in Doctor Who. What days we've had! We've had 3 Prime Ministers and 2 monarchs. Oh, okay. Well, you have stuck around like a bad smell. That is true. We've been around the world. We survived the global pandemic. Everybody survived, okay? Everybody survived the global pandemic. The fatality rate was 0.00037. That's not that impressive. They're talking... God, this podcast, they have all these like military experts talking about what Russia will do. They're all like, why would they use a nuke? They will get blamed for that. And why not just release like a pathogen? They're like, think, oh yeah, avian flu. If you can make that switch to mammals, that's got a 60% mortality rate. Could you imagine? It's like, really? That's surviving a global pandemic. Even filmed for a solid year doing it. Look at the last sentence. The writer Barry Keith once told me with a big smile, pain becomes antidote. Okay. Okay. But is that definitive? I don't know what to tell. I don't know. It's again, I'm bored already, right? I'm bored already. The range of experience in this job has been glorious, unsummable. I can only offer you vignettes of... Is there another vignettes? The cascade of images, delights, and memories that rock up when I think back. Errors and omissions accepted. You only did errors and omissions, mate. Right? You didn't... You never did very well. Okay, let's be clear. You never did very well. Our first story moved in Dorset and London. 4 brilliant writers. Well, where they will go? Because I saw the shit you put on the screen. It's unwatchable. The sense of something new. We're going to make it shit. Oh, is that right, Matt Stevens? Oh, yes. We're going to make it unwatchable shit. Well done, darling. Jodie's audition. Please show us. Please show us that tape. Right, what on earth made you go, oh yeah, that's the new Doctor Who. Is it the vagina that did it there? Chris, I get the feeling it is. A secret Saturday morning session in London. The Game Changer. Well, that is true. That is accurate. It certainly changed the game. What is Jodie's face as I told her? What is Jodie's face as I told her? We wanted to be the doctors. Hey, do you remember Olivia Colman, Jodie, from Broadway? Oh, yes. She was she was a great actress. Oh, so talented. So professional. Oh, she was great. Yeah, well, she said no to Doctor Who. So now we want you to do it. Icky Thump! I'm getting sloppy seconds. Oh, the best is ever. Other than Olivia Colman, obviously. Before head of drama, Piers Wenger weighed in to explain. What did he weigh in to explain, Piers? Yeah, really? What did he weigh in to explain? Possible downsides she should be aware of before accepting. Well, Jodie, keep in mind that you are shit. Okay? You are shit. And sometimes when somebody does something very publicly, that everybody can see, and they're shit, people may note that, right? People may comment on it, but we got a plan. If you thought, what's your plan? Because you're right, I am a bit shit. That's true. So here's our plan. We're going to scream that anybody is a bigot who points out your frankly awful performance. Oh, Wiki Thump! Oh, that's a good idea. I've never seen that before. Well, that's right, darling, because it is only 2017 at the time. Let's wait till we really get ramped up. Smuggling me into a location for her reveal film. Past security, hood up in the back of a car, standing in that forest amidst the ruins. What are the ruins? The hollow wreck of Doctor Who. Watching the piece come together under director Jamie Charles. We all stayed under aliases in a hotel night. My name is Biss Wibnall. Chris, mate, nobody's heard of you anyway. And this is Wody Bittaker. Okay, Wody. Are you the boring one from Broadchurch? Here, you thought, don't tell anyone. But I was checking. Filming the regeneration. Our first day on set, seeing the new crew size up Jodie. Seeing the crew size up Jodie. She wasn't bad in that first minute. Oh, you thought, she said, and then blocked the TARDIS and got spat out. Yes, TARDIS, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. What am I up to? Seeing the crew size up Jodie. Oh, by crew, you're all going to be fired because we want to start over from fresh. As she arrived and went around introducing herself. Take some nerves in a room full of filthy strangers. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's like, hi, my name's Jodie. No. It doesn't take any bloody nerve. It takes some nerve watching your unwatchable shit. That takes some nerve. After Jodie did her first take, Hutcher the gaffer, who's been on the show since 2005, sidled over to me and said, I think she's shit. Sidled over to me at the bottom and whispered, she's the doctor. Yeah, well, I think he was actually going, she's a doctor? I think it's more like that. Bruce, I didn't whisper approvingly, she's a doctor? Really? I think that rendition's probably better. First secret we food, just private for the cast. Who else would it be for? We went into the corridor of the hotel. And Jamie Towers took the photo that was put out as our first glimpse of the actors together. Okay. Do we have a picture of that? I don't even think they show a picture of that, do they? No. Jodie is setting the scissor lift at the top of a crane for her first big stunt work on a freezing November night in Cardiff Docks. I've never seen anybody so happy, as inverse to everybody being so unhappy when they saw the episode. I wonder who's that? Who are all these people? Oh, God. I recognise Joy Wilkinson by her complete desexualization, right? Like, oh, no, I'm not going to put on any makeup. Oh, director Jennifer Perrott, writer Vinny Patel, writer Joy Wilkinson, all uniformly awful, right? I can't remember Jenny Perrott. Vinny Patel and Joy Wilkinson. Nobody was named worse than Joy Wilkinson. That's Dower Wilkinson, maybe. Turning to the director, Michael Tonnaday at the end of the reboot for Rosa and going, we're so stunning. We're so brave. Oh, we are. We're so stunning. We're so brave. Oh, we got more people. Marilyn Blackman, director. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you had to put a picture of them in to say, oh, look at the diversity. Look at the diversity of our crew. Excuse me, somebody put out a tweet recently showing up the whole, the production team. Not a black face there. Excuse, all white, staring back at me. Seeing tears in his eyes and those in mine. Both of us speechless. No, we have something special. It was shit! It was shit! It was written atrociously by incompetents who can't be edited because they had a fashionable skin colour for the minute. You know, honestly. Yeah, and generally speaking, I think the woke crowd, they would do very well to have consistency, right? Consistency is a good thing to have, right? Like if racism is bad, I think racism is bad, right? Racism is still bad when you're being racist to black people or white people, right? When you judge anybody solely on their identity, that's called being racist. Don't be racist. Something special. San Diego Comic Con 2018, the last time you had any unfettered connection or appearance in front of fandom, right? Why was it the last time? Because we saw your episodes and you suddenly went into hiding, right? All of a sudden, you were like in a hidden bunker, with good reason. The San Diego Comic Con, a thrill showman's lifetime in a weekend. Jodie hooked up and disguised catwalking onto the stage at her Universe Fashion Show. Oh, how's that line going, by the way? How's it going? Oh, it closed. What? Why? Oh, because nobody wanted it. Right. In fact, do you remember all the merchandise lining the shelves? Oh, Jodie's coming and Jodie's going to be the bestest ever. Oh, yeah. Do you remember all that? Yeah, it's all gone now, isn't it? Fashion show and luring a hood to a roar from the massive crowd. The roar will be different now, wouldn't they? Meeting everyone from Brooklyn 99, being on the panel in main hall H, where the audience went so far back you couldn't even see where it ended. Ken, there's nobody left, right? They're all gone. Right, but pointing back at the days where you actually had people who would watch your unwatchable garbage, just makes your unwatchable garbage seem that much more unbloody watchable. Talking to Vince Gilligan at the swanky AMC party to say, you know, you're a very good writer. I'm a very bad writer. It's funny, isn't it? For Better Call Saul. Toasting s'mores on the beach. They're toasting s'mores on the beach in the Corona Hotel late at night with our families. I mean, okay. But, like, you've done such an incredibly bad job. Right? I mean, really? You've done such an incredibly bad job. I think that's a reasonable factor, right? I think it's a reasonable factor. Uzi, who are these people? We have director Lee Haven Jones, writer Nina Metivia, director Nina Manzor, and director Emma Sullivan. Okay, writer Pete McTeague. Okay, we'll get to him in a second. Who are these people? Right, what do they say? Newport Comic Con, watching our first episode go out live at Madison Square Garden among a crowd of 5,000 close friends. Every ooh, ah, laugh and whoop, easing my nerves. How are your nerves now? How are your nerves now, mate? I reckon, you know, it might be Xanax time. I think you might be a bit nervous. Then drinks at the bar as our phones blew up with messages back from the UK. Oh, Jodie's the best as ever. Oh, you got 11 million viewers, even more. Oh, it's gonna be that. Oh shit. Walking onto set in South Africa at Barton residence. As Jodie and the gang walked over to Sasha, Jodie said, say hello to your master. Okay. It's what a Carol mama would do, isn't it? Joe Martin said, I am the doctor in the small weevil room at Wallace Lock, and all of us know she was going to make history in style. She didn't either. Didn't either. The sets, I cannot sing the praises of Daff. Who was it? Daff Shawmer and his team highly enough. On limited time, I reminded them they worked weekly miracles, and the amount of times I walked in the set and just went, wow. I didn't really like the set design for a lot of it, but I think they did. I think they did a fine job, right? I think they did a fine job. The costumes were kind of dull. Ray Holman and his team, their big vision. I mean, honestly, Jodie's costume was garbage. The incredible attention to detail, the love for the show. He is a titan. Okay. That title sequence are awful. I'm not sure if I hate the title sequence because of the music, or not, but it's awful, right? I mean, I don't know. It's like the Capaldi title sequence was so good, even the awful music. Murray Gold, what were you doing? Like, why do you have to use that Rolf Harris stylophone thing to do it? It was awful, right? That was awful, right? But it looked good. From Ben Pickles, that theme from Segun Akinola, awful. The third time those plinked into my inbox. Okay. The monsters, Tim Shaw, awful, monster, boring as hell. Thijarians. Okay, the only reason I remember who the Thijarians were because I recently did a deep dive review of what's the name, the turgid episode, Demons of the Punjab, right? And they were awful. They were boring. Postman, remote control junk Dalek. Okay. Carvanista wasn't bad. Swarm was good. Azure, Ashad was good, and Pting was terrible, right? Again, that you're putting these things. You put the Patingers as a positive. I bet he was like, oh, I bet we're gonna make a fortune with a Pating. Oh, I bet we are. I bet the kids can't get enough Patinging. Get Patinging, darling. The Zoom Weaver for Survivors of the Flux. An awful episode that tied nothing up, left most of your universe destroyed, and just let everything just dangle, right? Dangle. Wonder what episode Nita Metivia did. Didn't she have a co-writing credit for Legend of the Sea Devils? I think so. And I think because she's gay, right? They wanted to do the Yaz Doctor thing. I think that's who it was. So many amazing actors in my tiny box, in a tiny box on my screen. God, okay. Bit of Pete Mateague there. Oh God, why am I here at this era? This is not going to work out well for me. No, mate, it's not. The whiteboard story for Eve of the Daleks. Oh, we've got more people over here. Look at our diversity. Wait a minute. Chris Chibnall. Where's Chris Chibnall? Christian Matosen Cole, Bandit Gill, and Whitaker, 2018. Okay, so writer Ed Heim. Oh God, your episodes were unbearable nonsense. Oh, the one with the frog. Oh God, with a bad father who deserts the blind daughter by telling her there's monsters in the wood. Basically ripping off the absolute, I think one of the worst M. Night Shyamalan movies. Director Wayne Yip and director Jamie Magnustone. Jamie Magnustone did a good job. The Whiteboard story game for Eve of the Daleks. Production was catching up with us. I had 24 hours to wait to find a story we could afford to make with one set or lose the episode complete entirely. And that, this is what I always say, that putting constraints on productions, on writing on TV, normally makes it better, right? I think even the Daleks was the best thing Chibnall has done. I think it's shit because Jodie Whittaker's in it and there's some very bad pieces of writing in it, right? But it's the best piece of writing he's done. So if it was done in 24 hours, okay. I think it probably worked out for the best, right? Okay, so that's number 18. We're up to now. Let's get some more people in to show how diverse we are. Oh, look, there's Vinder's costume. That was a boring costume. I liked Swarm's costume. I thought Swarm was good. And God, Jodie was just awful. The phone calls are so few with identity to invite them back. Up there we're calling Jim and Webgrave inviting them back to Flux. Hello, what do you want? And we want you to be Doctor Who again. Well, I guess I'm unemployed, so yes. Yeah, we want you to put a key in a lock and turn it and blow up. Okay, and that's basically what she did. Telling her long story. I've been planning for you to... Oh, and telling Joe Martin the character was actually the Doctor. It was mentioned in the scene she'd auditioned with. Okay. I said fine. I think Joe Martin made a bigger impact as the Doctor as Jodie Whittaker. Or at least it was more memorable. 20, the final day of shooting. The final day of shooting. Dozy and Mandy applauded on set. Fuck off! Fuck off! Music played between times. Fuck the, off, fuck the, off. The crew photo. Have you noticed we're all white here? Yes, actually we have. The joy, the fun, the team still together, loving each other's company. White to the last. Yes, because that's what's going to be the absolute end of Doctor Who, because you had killed it, right? The days in post-production where so much of the show is made, cutting the episodes in the edit with brilliant editors and directors, zooms with the incredible VFX team showing their work, score demos, the grades with Gareth Spenceley. What's the grade? Okay, boring technical shit. The final mixes with Howard Bargeroff, Tash Haycock and Harry Bard. All geniuses, wonderful people to top of the game. They're all wonderful people at the top of the game. How did this come out as such shit? I mean, I think that's a reasonable question, don't you? I think so. What else we got? Here we got, look at diversity! The power of diversity. Designer Ray Holman's costume for store. We have writing Charlene James. Did she do the villain Dilda? I'm trying to get through it. Oh, that's Maxine Alderton. Another boring piece of go. Director Azul Salim. And director Annette Lefort, who was very good, okay? Annette Lefort, very, very good job, okay? I want to give credit where I can. 22. Some things from Paradoxa. I can't tell you about yet. Oh, are you excited? No, I'm not. Not at all. They went around telling everybody it was the 60th anniversary story because they thought there wasn't going to be one. It's been more fun than I can possibly describe. Not for us, mate. No, it hasn't. I've loved this job. We've hated you in it. And now I'm loving the prospect of being an unspoiled viewer again. The final moments of Power of the Doctor already left me grinning. It's a cliffhanger, baby. It's a cliffhanger. Oh, yes. No David Tennant now. I hope so. Our song may be over, but the song never ends. Well, it kind of ended with you. Right. You did nearly kill Doctor Who. Rusty Davis did need to come back to rescue it. Do you remember that? Yeah, I did. Always as it should be. Not really. There's quite a lot to clean up. Right? There's quite a lot of mess to fix. We've got more people we need to say are the bestest ever. Joan Bishop, Jodie Whittaker, Amanda Gill, Seth Legend Devils, and Ella Road wrote the Lesbian Awakening, and director Hao Wang did Legend of the Sea Devils because she looks kind of Oriental, and they want. You want the real reason? It's because left-wing politicians in America said that black people have a much worse deal and are treated unfairly badly, and the black people looked at the Oriental people and then, well, they're doing awfully well, and they're also a minority. They must be being treated unfairly well, and so there's a huge explosion of hate crime on Oriental-looking people, almost exclusively by black people. It's the weirdest thing, right? And then they said, "Oh, it's all down to Donald Trump," even though they did it. Again, weird world we live in. The job has been that's why Howell Wang got the call. The joy of the job has been the work. Well, the results of the work have been spectacularly awful. And then the joy of the work has been the people. And the privilege of working with the creative people in a common endeavour is an amazing thing. Oh, it's so amazeballs. It's so amazeballs. Policy is who you work with. What? I wrote in the first I wrote here when we first announced our writers and directors. Well, yeah, you hired completely based on identity, right? And that's why you failed so insanely completely. I couldn't be prouder of the people we've worked with, the stories we told. The stories have been universally awful. Yes, all of them have been bad. Pictured at these stages is a full set of writers and directors who told the story of the 13th Doctor, which was the biggest failure I think the British television has ever seen, isn't it? All these people here have been my policy. Here's to the future where I hope I have a job. I hope I get a job doing so. I mean, honestly, he should. I mean, he followed the company line completely. He really should get a job by Piers Maker or someone, despite his complete and total failure. Maybe get a job over at Star Trek Discovery. They would like his mindless bollocks there, wouldn't they? I don't know. Maybe he's still too white, still too male. So there you go. Chris Chibnall burns Doctor Who to the ground and takes a victory lap. Good for you, mate. Good for you. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.